Welcome to episode number 7 of the Eli Angle podcast. I'm your host, Eli Donnell. Let's dive right into it. First up in the MLB, Nolan Arenado has been traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks. He has waived his no trade clause and he's headed to the desert in exchange for right-handed pitching prospect Jack Martinez. This is probably a great move for both teams as Arenado coming up nearing the end of his career and the Cardinals looking to boost some of their young guys and get them up in the show. And the Cubs signed Alex Bregman to a 5-year, $175 million contract as the Cubs look to beef up their roster and make a run at a World Series. Into golf, the big news of the week, Brooks Koepka is back on the PGA Tour via the newly announced returning member program. This program is open to all players who won either the Players or one of the 4 majors, the Masters, the US Open, the Open, or the PGA Championship in the years from 2022 to 2025. This applies to only 4 players on the LIV Golf Tour. That's Bryson DeChambeau, Jon Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Cam Smith. And they all must apply before February 2nd, which is the date of the first LIV event in Saudi Arabia. They will be added to fields and they will not take away spots from other PGA Tour members who have rightfully earned their card and elected to stay on the tour. They are not eligible for the player equity program, which for 5 years, and they are not eligible for the FedEx Cup bonus. They also must play at least 15 PGA Tour events. That is one of the stipulations of the contract. And now they become eligible for both TGL and the President's Cup. Moving into the NHL, Erik Karlsson was placed on IR due to a lower body injury, a big blow to the Penguins. Tristan Jarry and Jake Wallman both activated off the IR for the Oilers. A big blow, or a big gain rather, for them as they get 2 of their top players back. Braden Point is day-to-day with a leg injury for the Lightning after he suffered an injury last night against the Flyers. Aiden Hill could return to the Golden Knights as early as Thursday as they get one of their goaltenders down. They have lost multiple goaltenders this season. Linus Ullmark is skating for the Senators, but there's no timeline on his return. He left a couple of weeks ago without any injury. Thatcher Demko is expected to miss at least 1 week for the Canucks, so a blow to the struggling Vancouver Canucks that they cannot afford, especially in between the pipes. And then Nathan MacKinnon into the league leaders. Nathan MacKinnon leads skaters in points at 81 and goals at 36. He's having another incredible season, as is Connor McDavid, who leads skaters in assists at 50. Into the defenseman, Cale Makar leads him in points at 53 and assists at 39, and Zach Werenski of the Blue Jackets leads the defenseman in goals at 16. Ivan Demidov of the Montreal Canadiens leads rookies in points at 39 and assists at 29, and his teammate Oliver Kapanen leads rookies in goals at 16. Into the goalies, Mackenzie Blackwood leads him in goals against at 2.07, and Philip Grubauer of the Seattle Kraken leads goals in save percentage at .924. And then despite the Lightning on a 10-game winning streak, they are 1 point behind the Atlantic leading Detroit Red Wings. And the Carolina Hurricanes, they are leading the Metro, as the Avalanche are leading the Central. They have just 4 losses this season. And the Las Vegas Golden Knights, they lead the Pacific, and they are riding a 4-game win streak over in Sin City. Into the NFL, Mike Tomlin has stepped down as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. So they are now in a market. That's one of the big polls. I might see a guy, maybe Kevin Stefanski. There's rumors of Marcus Freeman, head coach of Notre Dame. The Eagles have fired offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo. Eagles fans have wanted this for a while. This will now be their 5th. Jalen Hurts is 5th offensive coordinator with the Eagles, their 5th, in his 10th straight year with a different offensive coordinator dating back to college. And the Chargers have fired their offensive coordinator in Greg Roman after their, let's just say, pathetic performance against the New England Patriots. Into Wild Card Weekend, the Texans They had a walloping in Pittsburgh against the Steelers where they won that one 30-6. Could it have been Rodgers' last game? I think it most likely is. He should let it go. His time is done. 19 seasons. He's had a great career. The Bills beat the Jaguars 27-24 in Jacksonville. Josh Allen a 1-yard rushing touchdown with 1:04 to go. The Bills, that was one of the better games, one of the best games of the weekend. There were a couple good ones though. The Patriots with a walloping to the Chargers, 16-3. The defense only gives up 3 points. The Rams beat the Panthers 34-31. That was a good one as well. Colby Parkinson with a 19-yard touchdown with 38 seconds to go, leading the Rams to victory. And the 49ers beat the Eagles 23-19. It was, you guessed it, Christian McCaffrey, a 4-yard touchdown with 2:54 to go. Eagles had a chance nearly 3 minutes, but the offense could not get it done as they were dropping multiple passes late, and unfortunately it gave Kevin Patula the boot out of Philadelphia. And then the Bears beat the Packers 31-27, where they had to overcome a 21-3 deficit, but they pick up the win and they move on to the divisional round. It will be the Broncos versus the Bills at Saturday at 4:30 on CBS. My pick in that game is the Denver Broncos. Home game against the Bills, I think they can get it done. And then it's the Seahawks and the 49ers at Saturday at 8 o'clock on Fox. The Seahawks, I think they'll be able to get it done against NFC West foe in San Francisco. And then on Sunday at 3 on ESPN or ABC, it's the Patriots and the Texans. I think the Patriots get this one done at home in front of another lively crowd. And then it's the Rams and the Bears on Sunday at 6:30 on NBC or Peacock. I think the Bears are going to get this one. The Rams, I could see the Rams making a run, but I think the Bears, they're coming off a big win. I think they ride right into it, and I think they can do it. And then it sets up Seahawks versus Chicago, and then Patriots versus Denver. Into college football, Miami beat Ole Miss 31-27 in the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. It was none other than Carson Beck with a 3-yard rushing touchdown with 18 seconds to go, leading Miami to the national championship, which they will be playing at home, although they will be the away team. And then it was Indiana with a walloping to Oregon 56-22 in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. They got off to a hot start with a pick six on the first play of the game. So it sets up Miami versus Indiana on Monday the 19th in the national championship game at 7:30 on ESPN. I think Indiana's going to take this one. I think it's going to be a closer game than Indiana's played in all of their playoff games so far. But we'll see. Anything can happen. It is college football. Into college basketball. Number 11 Vanderbilt beat number 13 Alabama 96-90. Clemson beat number 24 SMU 74-70. Wisconsin beat number 2 Michigan in Ann Arbor 91-88, the big upset for Wisconsin. Number 6 Duke beat number 24 SMU 82-75, giving SMU their second loss of the week. And then it was number 10 Nebraska taking down the Hoosiers in Indiana 83-77. The Hoosiers got out to a 16-point deficit with 15 minutes to go, and the Huskers crawled all the way back. And then it was the Texas Longhorns taking down number 13th ranked Alabama Crimson Tide 92-88. Florida beat number 21 Tennessee 91-67 in Gainesville. Big win for the Gators, the reigning national champions. West Virginia beat number 22 Kansas 86-75. Number 16 Illinois takes down number 19 Iowa 75-69. Into the rankings for this week, it's the Wildcats staying put in Arizona right at number 1 at 16-0. And then the Iowa State Cyclones move up a spot to number 1, as do the UConn Huskies to number 2 and 3. The Wolverines drop 2 spots after their loss. The Boilermakers in Purdue stay put right at number 5, and the Duke Blue Devils at number 6. The Houston at number 7. The Huskers make a 2-spot jump up to the number 8 spot. Gonzaga drops a spot to number 9. The Vanderbilt Commodores move up a spot to number 10. BYU Cougars drop 2 spots to number 11. The Spartans at number 12. Illinois moves up 3 spots to number 13, and North Carolina moves up 3 spots to number 14. Texas Tech Red Raiders drop a spot to number 15, and the Virginia Cavaliers make the biggest jump of the week, up 7 spots to number 16. The Arkansas Razorbacks drop 2 spots to 17, and the Crimson Tide of Alabama drop 5 spots. The Gators stay put at 19, and Louisville at number 20. Georgia Bulldogs at number 21 as they drop 3 spots. Clemson at 22, Utah State at 23, Tennessee at 24, and Seton Hall rounded out at number 25. That's all I have for you guys this week. Make sure to tune in next week to the Eli Angle podcast. So long. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.